Hello guys, it's the Champions League round 5 review. The Champions League is always amazing and it's a joy to always watch it because it's full of drama, shock, and unforeseen circumstances. So we'll be starting with Liverpool. It will be a short summary. Liverpool once again disappoints their fans and their heritage by losing to PSV at home at the Anfield. Watching the game, will I say that Liverpool were unlucky? I don't know, but I mean they put on a performance and then they could not convert their goals. And I think they had more of the possession, and then they ended up losing. So I mean, and as usual, Konate has always been blamed, even though he made a big mistake. But he's always been blamed, and Van Dijk never gets the blame. So that's the story of Liverpool. And Madame Ashville, the goalkeeper, I'm not seeing his command. I'm not seeing his presence. I'm not seeing, he's not making any change. Just like Kelleher, when Kelleher was at Liverpool, whenever Allison uh, was not available, he always comes in and takes the stage. But that's not the same which Madash Marvel. Maybe he's going to pick up, but for now I don't think so. So Liverpool is still in shambles, and I don't know for how long. Spurs looked sharper without Kudus. Yeah, watching Spurs, their game flowed without Kudus, unlike the Arsenal match. In fact, they were much more brave against PSG than when they played Arsenal. When they played Arsenal, they were so panicked and they could not even move the ball. I recall they did not have a shot on target. So they put on a good game against PSG, even though they lost, and maybe Colomani was trying to prove a point against uh, his former team. So it was a good game, and Richardson was on target also. So, but PSG still showed the difference of why they are the bigger club, and with Vitinha's masterclass hat trick, it's not common for a midfielder to have a hat trick, and he did have a hat trick with wonderful goals. So that was quite another good game. Uh, and Real Madrid played well, at the beginning, and then at the ending part they fumbled. Maybe if there was more time for Olympiacos, maybe they would have equalized. So I think Vinicius remains the heartbeat of Real Madrid, while Mbappe converts the goal and kind of takes the glory. But when I watch the game, when I look at the game, I see Vinicius, carrying the team on his back. Look at the Travella pass. That was an amazing pass. I think Vinicius is not getting his flowers. He's doing wonders. But defensively, Real Madrid is not good. I mean, if Real Madrid plays any good team, they are going to suffer because the Mbappe Vinicius effect of not like really marking, like really supporting the defense, like uh, it's leaving their defense helpless. Because this 11 against 11, and there's no way you can do this. I mean, football has changed. You know, teams are being more technical now. Sometimes they overload the wing. There's so many small details in football, and when one or two players are not doing the work, I mean, it shows like crazy, like it's fucking noticeable. So and but they won. So and Mbappe had a super hat trick. So let's go to Arsenal. Arsenal is surprising me. In fact, me as a Chelsea fan, I'm not scared, but I'm not in doubt of Chelsea winning on Sunday or on the weekend, yeah, because I use this to put a test for Arsenal, which Bayern Munich did put a fight, but it wasn't enough. especially when Ateta made those changes. And what I noticed is like without Diaz, Bayern Munich doesn't have the depth, and without Musiala not coming back, that's not an excuse for them because Arsenal also have their own excuses. Odegaard not playing, Gakore is not available, Havertz, injury is not an excuse, but some teams have depth, while some doesn't. Arsenal do, maybe a team like Chelsea do, PSG doesn't have, and I'm noticing that Bayern doesn't have too. So just like Liverpool in their front line, apart from the double strikers, they don't have also depth at the wing. So it affected Bayern Munich. I mean, there was no Diaz, to you know to disturb from the left wing, so Lisa can do his thing from the right wing. So and the first goal, Bayern, they didn't pay attention to the Arsenal signature goal, and which Arsenal did, and Arsenal kept on firing the crosses, the set piece, the corner kicks. That was a big worry for Bayern Munich, and they lost. I mean, they lost. So English teams are on fire right now, especially Arsenal. So the final test for me, for Arsenal, is going to be against Chelsea. So if they defeat Chelsea, I mean, that kind of defeat, then I will give them their flower. But for now, I think Bayern Munich is the first big team they're winning this season. Because of course I won't count Manchester United as a big team, or neither will I count Tottenham Hotspurs. So Arsenal really did well. So and Maduaka, I love the way he came in and proved the point. So Saka will be, serious about his situation right now. Unlike Mohamed Salah, no one is giving him pressure, and that's bad. That's bad. As a player, as an athlete, you need that competition. You need that pressure. You need it. Not just like you're not doing well, but there's this spirit that it brings out from you, the monster spirit, to do better. So Ateta, kudos for the tactical change, and then when he put Saka, uh, then the game changed. They were playing more on counter, so he used speedy players, and it worked for him. Then going back to the first night of the Champions League round five, Chelsea winning Barcelona as expected. Not really about Pedro not playing, but the highlight Chelsea has been, longing to play the Barcelona's highline, which they did, and Pedro Neto was used as a striker, and the tactic by Enzo Maresca, everything worked out very well, and Chelsea won Bayern Munich. I mean, Chelsea were playing very well even before the red card, and the Chelsea even had two goals removed. So that was on the first night of the round five. Um, so I will be talking all about the whole clubs, but just big clubs. Dortmund keeps surprising me. They're really doing well. I mean, if this season is one of those seasons that Bayern Munich like play, they win today, lose tomorrow, draw tomorrow. I mean, Dortmund will be on top of the table by now. I mean, they're really doing good. So Man City, I don't know. I've always said that Manchester City's problem is not the players, it's not injury, it's Guardiola's tactics. I mean, it's not working again. You cannot be moving the game so slow. I mean, you have to move it quick sometimes. I mean, this is one of the problems I have with Enzo Maresca, but I think he's correcting those mistakes now. You cannot be slow in moving the game. Sometimes you have to move it quick, you know. So I mean, Man City has a lot of players, but they still find way to lose to small teams. They lost to Newcastle, now they lost to Bayer Leverkusen. I know, yeah, they rotated the team, but that's not an excuse. I mean, you're a big team, you have top players. I mean, those players that played that game, they also like top players. I mean, the likes of Renders was in that game, Mamush was in that game. you know Even Bob is a promising young talent. So that's not an excuse for Man City to lose, and that's a back-to-back loss for Manchester City. So they're not really doing well. Marseille beat Newcastle. Newcastle is yet to have that consistency. So that is it. And Benfica, Jose Mourinho, are still the bigger experienced coach. One Ajax. I think Jose Mourinho likes to play Ajax. Then shockingly, Galatasaray lost to Real St. Galois of Belgium. So that is it from the Champions League Round 5 review. And there will be an upcoming review for the weekend matches to come. So make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for those on YouTube, follow for those on TikTok, and expect more reviews. It's your guide, Dara Big.